So do you wish to send automated Zoom meeting reminders to all the registrants? Then this video is definitely for you. So hello all, welcome back to Pabbly Connect, and in this video we are going to understand how to send automated WhatsApp reminder for Zoom meetings 1 day and 1 hour in advance. So here I'm running an edutech company and we conduct free sessions for our potential clients. So now what I want is that as soon as someone registers for that session, automatically they should receive webinar reminders or the session reminders 1 day and 1 hour prior the session. So to do this, we are going to create a connection between Zoom and AI Sensei. To create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So do you also wish to learn this process step by step? Then let me take you to my computer screen.
Welcome to my screen, everyone. So as you know that you are here to learn about how to send automated WhatsApp reminders for Zoom meetings 1 day and 1 in our advance. So as you know that I'm running a edutech company and we conduct free sessions for potential clients interested in our programs. So to ensure the strong attendance, I want to set up this automation where what I want is that as soon as a new meeting registration is made in my Zoom account, automatically my registrant should receive an reminder like 1 day and also 1 hour before the event, so that we can reduce the no-shows of our event, right? So as you know that Zoom doesn't provide any native connection with WhatsApp in order to send meeting reminders. So in order to send these meeting reminders, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software as I mentioned in my introduction. So in order to connect both of these applications, which is Zoom and WhatsApp, I've already opened the landing page of Pabbly simply by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. It is very easy. So as soon as we're going to open the landing page of Pabbly, we're going to get two options. One is sign in and the other one is sign up for free. So if you're a new user, you can click on sign up for free and you're going to get 100 of tasks free every month. But I'm an existing user, so I'm going to click on sign in right over here. And as soon as we're going to click on sign in, it is opening all Pabbly apps. Over here, you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video, we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications, which is Zoom and WhatsApp, right? So I'm going to click on access now right over here to access my Pabbly Connect account. And as soon as we're going to click on access now, it is opening my dashboard. And to start with this automation, we are going to click on this button in the top right corner which says create workflow. And now it is asking me the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So here on my dashboard, you can see multiple folders which I've already created in which I save my workflows. So if you wish to learn how to create a new folder or a subfolder, you can click on this hyperlink given right over here which says learn more. And now it is asking me for the workflow name. So I want the workflow name to be send automated WhatsApp reminders for Zoom meetings 1 day and 1 hour in advance. And then we are going to click on create. And as soon as we're going to click on create, it is opening the most important window for automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the trigger is the commander for the workflow and actions follow the commands. And as you know that we can have only a single commander but multiple followers. So over here we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of our trigger. And by this you can finally understand that the actions are response towards the commands given by our trigger. And in order to start with our automation, we have to select our trigger application. So for my trigger application, I'm going to select it as Zoom. And over here you can see Zoom triggers. So we are going to select it. And as soon as we're going to select the trigger application, it is asking me for the trigger event. So basically trigger event is the event on which the workflow will start. So over here I'm going to select my trigger event as configure webhook. And then we're going to click on this button which says connect. And as soon as we're going to click on connect, it is asking me to add a new connection or select the existing connection. So if you have already connected your Zoom triggers account with your Pabbly's workflow, you can click on select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection. And now it is asking me for the token. And to get this token, we're going to follow this help text, and it is saying log into your Zoom account, navigate to the left sidebar, admin, advanced, and then app marketplace. So if we're going to follow the same, I'm going to open my Zoom account right from here. And now from here, we have to go on the left sidebar, and over here you can see advanced. So we have to go on this advanced and then app marketplace. And after coming on this app marketplace, we have to look for develop. And as you can see, develop and then build app. So we're going to go on this and then we have to select this general app. And then we're going to click on create. And as soon as we're going to click on create right over here, we are going to give a name to this app. Okay. So let's suppose that for the app name, I'm going to keep it as meeting reminders. We are going to move forward right from here. As you can see that over here, it is asking me for OAuth redirect URL. So over here, I'm going to enter the URL, which is this https://connect.pabbly www.pabbly.com/callback-url. So you're going to get this URL in the description box below. So you can copy the URL directly from there and paste it right over here. And as soon as we're going to enter the redirect URL, we are going to move on forward. You can see automatically it has added the same right over here too. We're going to move on forward and click on continue right over here. And as soon as we're going to click on continue, yes, you can see over here is the secret token which we wished for. So I'm going to copy this token right from here, and then we're going to paste it right over here in the token. And after pasting this, we are going to click on save. And as soon as we're going to click on save, yes, you can see that we have successfully connected our Zoom triggers with our Pabbly's workflow. And now it has given me a webhook URL, and we're going to use this same webhook URL. So I'm going to copy this webhook URL right from here. Again, we are going to open our app marketplace. We're going to move on forward right from here, and over here you can see event subscriptions. Okay, so I'm going to switch on this button right from here first, and after switching it on, we are going to click on this button which says add new event subscription. And after clicking on this button, I'm going to move forward. Over here you can see that it is asking me for the subscription name. So let's suppose I'm going to keep the subscription name as meeting reminders right over here too. So I'm going to enter meeting reminders right over here, and after entering the subscription name, it is asking me for the events. So I'm going to click on this add events button right from here, and then we're going to look for meeting right over here in the search box. So I'm going to look for meeting, and as you can see right over here, meeting registration has been created. So I have to select this as the event, and then we're going to click on done. And as you can see, one event has been added, and now it is saying event notification endpoint URL. So right over here, we are going to paste the URL which we copied from our workflow. So I'm going to paste it right over here, and now we're going to move on forward and click on save. And as soon as we're going to click on save, yes, you can see that we have successfully added meeting reminders right over here too. And now what we're going to do is I'm going to click on continue right over here, and yes, with this we have successfully created the app. We don't have to do anything right over here. Directly we're going to click on continue, again continue, and yes, you can see that with this we have successfully created this app. And now what we're going to do is we're going to click on this button which says add app now right over here, so that we can add that app in our Zoom account. Okay, and after clicking on this button over here, you can see that it is asking me for some permissions. So I'm going to give Pabbly all the permissions it is asking for, because my data is secure with Pabbly. So I'm going to click on this button which says allow this app to use my shared access permission, and then we're going to click on allow. And as soon as we're going to click on allow, yes, with this we have successfully created a connection between our Zoom account and our Pabbly's workflow. And now what we're going to do is I'm going to click on this button which says save and send as request right over here. And after clicking on this button, it is saying waiting for a response, and in the notes it is saying do a test submission / record. So in order to capture this webhook response or this response, we have to do a test submission or record. So what we have to do is we are going to test this webhook URL. For that, we are going to open a new tab, and we're going to do the meeting registration for the same. So I'm going to open the meeting registration link. As you can see that this is the link. So I'm going to copy this link, and then we're going to open this link. And yes, you can see that this is the registration link for the same event. So I'm going to do the test submission for the same. So for the first name, I'm going to keep it as dummy, last name user, email as this, and then for the city, I'm going to keep it as Indore right over here, and then for the phone number, we are going to keep it as this. And after entering all of this, we are going to click on register. And as soon as we're going to click on register right over here, yes, you can see you have successfully registered. So yes, with this we have successfully created a new registrant in the same meeting. And now what has happened is that Zoom has captured the details of this same registrant and sent it towards our workflow. So I'm going to open my workflow and check that if Pabbly has captured the same or not. And yes, you can see the same response which we submitted has been received right over here too. You can see the last name which we entered, you can see the registrant phone number which we entered, you can see the first name, the email, the city which we entered, and over here you can see the session topic too which we registered for. So yes, upon receiving these details, with this we have successfully completed our trigger step. And now what will happen is that as soon as a new registration is coming for any of the meeting or the session, automatically Pabbly is going to capture the response for the same and trigger this workflow. So now further what I want is I want to send automated WhatsApp reminders, right? So for that, I'm going to select my action application as date time formatter. So date time formatter is a feature by Pabbly which helps you to format the date and time. So what we're going to do is we're going to create this start, date and time into our desired format. Okay, so for what we're going to do is I'm going to open the action step again. For the action event, we're going to select it as format date with time zone and click on connect. And now what we're going to do is we're going to enter the start, date and time right over here and format that into our desired. But we are not going to enter the date and time manually right over here, but instead we are going to map it. So you must be wondering what is mapping, right? So mapping is a method by Pabbly which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step where we selected Zoom as our trigger application. So we're going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only. And as soon as we're going to map these details, automatically my details will turn dynamic. So over here I'm I'm going to give you an example that right now, let's suppose that I'm going to enter the date right over here manually simply by typing it like this. Then this will not change with every new response received because this is a static information. But if you're going to map this from the previous response, as you can see the start date and time. So let's suppose that we're going to map this from the previous response, then this will definitely change because my previous response will also change. So that's why we do mapping right over here to run our workflow in real time. And now it is asking me for the from format. So it is asking me which format is this date in. So over here I'm going to select the from format. We're going to move on forward, and now it is asking me for the to format. It is asking me for the desired format which I want the date in. Okay, so I want the desired format to be this. So I'm going to select it right over here, which is YYYMMDDHHMMSS. So now we're going to move on forward. It is asking me for the from time zone. So over here the date was in UTC time zone. So I'm going to select the same, and now for the to time zone I'm going to select it as Asia, Kolkata, because I am over here in India. And now we're going to click on this button which says save and send as request. And as soon as we're going to click on this button, yes, you can see that we have received the date in the desired format, which is 30th of November and 19, which is the time. Over here you can see that this is the same date and time which was the event of. Okay, and after receiving this, we are going to add another action step right over here. So what I want is I want to send 2 reminders to my registrants. Okay, 1 day before the event and 1 hour before the event. For that, for the action application, again we are going to select it as date time formatter. Okay, and now for the action event, we are going to select it as add or subtract the time. So now what we're going to do is we are going to add or subtract, in our case, the time from the date which we received of the event. Okay, so I'm going to click on connect right over here, and now it is asking me to enter the date. So over here we are going to map the date from the response of our date time formatter, which is this result. So we're going to map this, and now it is asking me for the expression. So it is saying enter the amount of time you would like to add or subtract from the date. Negative value, subtract time. Okay, so I want to subtract 1 day, right? So for the 30th November event, I want to send the notification on 1 day before, which is the 29th of November. Okay, so I'm going to subtract this. For that, expression would be -1 and then day. And after entering this, we're going to move forward. Again, it is asking me for the format. So for the to format, I'm going to select it as this again. And now for the from format, I'm going to select the from format as this. And after selecting both of this, we are going to move forward and click on save and send test request. And as soon as we're going to click on save and send test request, yes, you can see that it has exactly given me the result of 1 day before the event, which is 30th of November was the event date, and it has given me the result as 29th of November. And now we're going to move forward. We are going to add another action step, and we're going to add the delay in our workflow for this. Okay, so for the action application, I'm going to select it as delay. So again, it is a feature by Pabbly which helps you to add delay in your workflow. For the action event, we are going to select it as add time delay and click on connect. And as soon as we're going to do so, it is saying how much do you want to put the delay in this workflow. So over here we have to select it as delay until, and now it is asking me for the delay date, and over here we are going to map the date which we received from add or subtract time. As you can see the same, so we are going to map it. So as you can notice that I selected the same date format which is entered right over here in the help text, which is YYYMMDDHSMMSS. So you have to keep in mind that you have to select this format only in order to enter the date for the delay date field right over here. And after entering the delay date, I'm going to click on save and send test request, and yes, you can see success delayed until this date. So yes, now we have successfully delayed this workflow until 29th of November. And now what I want is that on 29th of November, I want to send an automated WhatsApp message, right? So for the action application, I'm going to select it as AI Sensi in order to send automated WhatsApp message. So I'm going to use AI Sensi in order to send automated WhatsApp messages. You can use any another application too. So I'm going to search for AI Sensi and then select it. And now for the action event, we are going to select it as send template message and click on this button which says connect once again. Again, it is asking me for the same. So if you have already connected your ASNC account with your Pabbly's workflow, you can click on select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me once again. Click on add a new connection, and now it is asking me for this API key. And to get this API key, I'm going to open my ASNC account right from here. From the left side of the bar, we have to go on this manage and then API key. So over here, you can see that this is my API key. So I'm going to copy this key and then we are going to paste it right over here in our workflow. And after pasting this, we are going to click on save. And as soon as we're going to click on save, yes, you can see that we have successfully connected our ASNC account with our Pabbly's workflow. And now it is asking me for the campaign name. And to let you know about this campaign name, I'm going to open my ASNC account. So what happens is that in order to create a connection between our ASNC account and our Pabbly's workflow, we have to first select the campaign name. So for that, we have to first create a campaign. So as you can see that I've already created a campaign campaign right over here, which is meeting reminder, and this is the campaign, and over here you can see the message template which I want to send to my registrant. Okay, so in order to create this campaign, first we have to create the message template. So you can go on this manage button right from here, and now from here you can go on this new and create your own message template. I've already created one message template, which is this one day before the event, and also by using this message template I've created a campaign which I showed you right now, which is this meeting reminders. So as you can see that this is my campaign name, so I'm going to copy this campaign name right from here, and then we're going to paste it right over here in our workflow. And after pasting the campaign name, it is asking me for many another details. Okay, it is asking me for the mobile number of the registrant. So over here I'm going to enter the mobile number of the registrant. Again, we are not going to enter it manually, but instead we are going to map it. So I'm going to look for number in the previous response, and as you can see the number right over here, which is this, so I'm going to map it. We're going to move on forward. It is asking me for the username. It is saying enter the name of the user to whom the campaign has to be sent. So over here I'm going to enter the name of the user. So I'm going to look for name in the previous response, and as you can see dummy user. So we're going to map the name of our registrant right over here. We're going to move on forward. It is asking for the source and tags. So this is not the required field, so I'm going to leave it as blank. It is saying template parameter. So yes, over here to let you know this, again I'm going to open my ASNC account, and as you can see that this is my template, right? And you can notice that over here I have put 1 and 2 in curly brackets, because what I want is I want this 1 and 2 to be variables right over here, and this should change with every new automated WhatsApp message sent, so that each of my registrant receive a more personalized WhatsApp message. So I want to replace this one with the name of the lead, something like this, and this 2 as the name of the session topic. So yes, what we're going to do is we're going to map the value of this 1 and 2 right over here in the template parameter. So for the template parameter, first we're going to map the value which is 1, which is the name. Okay, so I'm going to look for name in the previous response, and as you can see the same, so we're going to map it right over here, put a comma. So I've put it a comma right over here because in the help text it is saying the parameter value should be comma separated. Okay, so now we have mapped the value of the first variable, and now we're going to map the value of the second variable, which is the session topic. So I'm going to look for session topic right over here, and as you can see the topics, we're going to map it. And after mapping both of this, we are going to move on forward and click on this button. It says save and send test request. But before clicking on this button, I'll just replace this dummy phone number with my original phone number so that I can show you the messages and the response received. And after replacing this number, I'm going to move on forward and click on this button which says save and send test request. And as soon as you're going to click on save and send test request, yes, you can see that we have successfully sent an automated WhatsApp message. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open my WhatsApp and check for the new WhatsApp message received. And yes, you can see that we have successfully received an automated WhatsApp message which says hello dummy user. So yes, you can see the name has been changed from the previous message, right? Because we mapped it and this was a variable. And yes, you can see the rest of the same message. So yes, with this we have successfully completed this step, which is sending WhatsApp reminder one day before the event. And now what I want is I want to send the WhatsApp reminder 1 hour in advance. Okay, so for that again we are going to repeat all of these steps right over here. I'm going to add another action step right over here. Again, for my action application we are going to select it as date time formatter, but again repeating this step is such time consuming, right? So instead of that, what we're going to do is I'm going to see this action step, we're going to go on the 3 dots, and then we're going to copy this step right from here. And after doing this, we are going to move on right over here, and then you're going to paste the same step right over here too. And yes, you can see that we have successfully pasted this step. And now I'm going to open this step. You can see the enter date is this will remain same. It is saying expression, so instead of 1 day I'm going to keep it as 1 hour. So I'm just going to edit it and click on save and send test request again, because the rest of the details will remain same. And yes, you can see that we have successfully received 1 hour before the event date. Okay, and after receiving this date, we are going to move on forward and we are going to add another delay, which is 1 hour before the event. So again, I'm going to look for delay in the action application, and as you can see the same. And now for the action event, we are going to select it as add time delay and click on connect. And now again, for how much time delay you want to put in the workflow, I'm going to select it as delay until. And now for the delay date, we are going to map the date right from here, which is date time formatter add subtract. And over here you can see 1 hour before the event. And now I'm going to click on this save and send test request, and yes, you can see delete until this date and time. And now again we are going to send an automated WhatsApp message. I'm going to add another action step, and over here once again I'm going to select it as AI Sensi. So I'm I'm going to search for ASNC. We are going to select it. For the action event, we are going to select it as send template message. So yes, recently I've connected my ASNC account. So I'm going to click on select existing connection and then save. And now over here it is asking me for the campaign name. So for one day before the event, I've created another campaign. I'm going to show you that campaign too. I'm going to go on this campaigns, and as you can see, meeting reminder 1 hour before the event. So I'm going to copy this campaign name right from here, and then we're going to paste it right over here in the workflow. And after pasting this, we're going to move on forward. We are going to map the mobile number of the registrant. Okay, I'm going to look for it, and as you can see, the same. So we're going to map it. We're going to move on forward, and over here it's asking for the username. We're going to map the name of the registrant. You can see dummy and then user. So we're going to map it. Move on forward to the template parameter. As you can see that over here the template parameter are 3, which is the name, the session topic, and the Zoom link, which is the meeting link. So yes, we're going to map this one by one. Again, we are going to map the name right over here, which is dummy, and then user. We are going to put a comma. We are going to map the topic right over here. I'm going to look for topic in the previous response. As you can see, the same. So we're going to map it, put a comma, and then we're going to map the link. So I'm going to look for the URL, and as you can see, register and join URL. So we're going to map it. And after mapping this, we're going to move on forward again and click on save and send test request button. But once again, I'll just replace this dummy phone number with my original phone number so that I can show you the message received. And after replacing this, I'm going to click on this button which says save and send test request. And as soon as we're going to click on this button, yes, you can see success true. So yes, with this, we have successfully sent another WhatsApp reminder which is 1 hour before the event one. So I'm going to open my WhatsApp and check for the new message received. And yes, you can see that we have successfully received a new message which says, hello dummy user, your session is starting in just 1 hour. You can see the Zoom link too, which we have attached right over here. So yes, with this, we have successfully completed our workflow, and with this, we have successfully sent automated reminders 1 hour before the event and also 1 day before the event. And now what will happen is that as soon as someone registers for your meeting or session in your Zoom, automatically they are going to receive reminders with the help of this workflow, which is 1 day and 1 hour before the event. If you want, you can definitely set up this for 2 days before the events, 2 hours before the event, or as much as you want. This is really easy. So yes, with this, we have successfully completed our workflow, and with this, we can successfully reduce the no-shows of our events. So yes, if you have any questions related to the workflow or the video, you can directly comment on this video. And for your reference, I'll just clone this workflow and share the workflow link in the description box so that you can access my workflow. I hope this video was helpful for you. Thank you for watching.
So not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly Connect, you can integrate many more applications. So if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this website. And if you find our videos helpful, do like and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.